So my name is André Larente. I'm the CEO of DIAGNOS. DIAGNOS has been in the artificial intelligence for the last, I would say, 20 years. We started in the year 2000. And the project that we had in mind was to build a technology platform based on machine learning language that could actually analyze data and predict certain events. So we started building the platform in 2001, and we actually developed the platform for the next 7 to 8 years. It takes a long time to develop the platform due to the different algorithms that existed then compared to today. But we actually were able to finish the platform and start with our first application. The first application was to identify breast cancer and classifying the different types of breast cancer when you go and have a mammogram taken. So we started with that problem, and eventually we ended up in the mining market, where we had a lot of shareholders that wanted to analyze data, like, for example, the oil and gas companies. Oil and gas companies have been using algorithms and data mining and all kinds of data-centric analysis to actually find oil patches or even gas. And in the mining world, very little was done. So there was a big opportunity, we thought at that time, to actually take that technology and bring it over to the mining world by analyzing geophysical data and multispectral data, geology, geochemistry, anything that was available for these mining companies. And so we were able to actually put the application together, make it work. We started actually applying the technology with customers in 2005, 2006, where our first customers came on board and tried our technology. And they were able to identify very rapidly new targets. First targets were for kimberlites, copper, silver, and we had started working on gold at that time. But the system was very successful. We were doing, I would say, we had a good ratio of 70% hit ratio. So that means that 7 targets out of 10, we would actually identify potential resource for them. And then it went on from that point. So in 2008, we were actually the front page of the Financial Post in Toronto at the PDAC. So we could actually claim that we were the first ones working in the field of artificial intelligence. Machine learning language became artificial intelligence. So we were the first ones way before anybody can claim that they were. The good news about this is that we can now help geologists, mining companies identify targets more rapidly. We can actually reduce the size of their properties in terms of finding minerals, because if you have a large property, it doesn't mean you have more chance. You just have more work to do to get to that 5% of that property where you will actually find and identify targets or mineral. We looked at many projects around the world, and most of the time on any given property, the targets were in less than 5% of the physical properties. So by having this technology to help actually validate or actually classify, whatever you call it, we can actually reduce the number of targets to look at, and with a much higher percentage of chance of winning and actually identify the target. Since then, I think we've done about almost 50 projects. We've actually have 24 wins. So a win for us is we went to the property and actually identified these targets. 2 years ago, we decided to do a spin-off of our mining division. It's now today called Albert Mining, for Albert Einstein. Maybe his intelligence can be applied now for the mining world. So by spinning off the mining assets, we were able to more concentrate on our stuff, on DIAGNOS in the healthcare field, and now we are supporting 100% the work that Albert is doing. So I'm one of the directors of Albert Mining. We work very closely with the CEO, Michel Fontaine, and we work in cooperation on many new deals. I think the timing of artificial intelligence in the AI market will finally pay off for Albert Mining, because I think the myth that AI was for really complex and complex or complicated problems to be resolved, it's not true. You can actually use that technology to actually identify targets or find minerals on the properties that the mining companies have today. It works into a 3D environment, also a 2D environment. So if you're an exploration company with lots of properties, it's a very cheap way, very low cost way to look at your data and to actually make it a good use for you. And we can identify the targets within 30 days when we start a project. So if you need any information, you're pleased to call me directly or through Albert Mining with Michel Fontaine.